Who's in an off-season of contract watches, one has loomed the largest, and according to our NFL Network colleague James Jones, the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers have come to an agreement that will make arguably the best player in the NFL its highest paid player. The numbers that James Jones is reporting: $33.5 million in new money, plus incentives and guarantees that would provide Rodgers with $100 million in extension. Rodgers and the Packers haven't had a losing season with him starting most of the games at quarterback since back in 2008. Rodgers with over 38,000 yards in his career, 313 touchdowns, and we just saw the Packers trade one of their backup quarterbacks. And in fact, let's take a look. We saw the trade with Brett Hundley earlier today. The Packers quarterbacks undergoing some changes, but this is the one thing that they did not want to change. Here is the tweet. It's spreading far and wide on the internet, on the website we like to refer to as twitter.com. Breaking: the Packers and two-time MVP quarterback Aaron Rodgers have agreed to terms on a 4-year extension worth $33.5 million in new money, plus incentives per year. He gets over $100 million in guarantees. I'm sure a tweet that our James Jones has been waiting to send for quite some time. And let's go to the phone and get him on now. James, you finally got the news, man. I'm sure Aaron was pretty pleased to be able to let you know.
I know, man. Aaron's my guy, man. For him to even let me break this news, man, I mean, it shows me how much I'm into him as a teammate.
Appearing to have some connection difficulties with James. We'll get him back on the line. Again, James reporting the news straight from the horse's mouth. Aaron Rodgers allowing him to tell you so that we could tell you that they finally got this deal done between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, a 4-year extension, again, that will make Rodgers the highest paid player in the National Football League. Rodgers coming off of a year where he had some injuries. There was the hit that actually spawned a new rule, the NFL reacting to the hit on Aaron Rodgers that caused him to miss several games. Brett Hundley came in relief. But all of that now in the past, a 4-year contract extension for arguably, again, the best quarterback in the NFL. Rodgers having success. They've seen turnover in multiple coordinator spots. He will not have Jordy Nelson. Nelson gone to the Oakland Raiders this year. But still, plenty for Aaron Rodgers to be pleased with. In fact, this offseason, he's had multiple comments about the receiving group and how they've been able to have success or a lack thereof, and the way that they're going into the game plans. But again, something to feel good about. A 4-year contract extension that could provide Rodgers with in excess of $100 million in guarantees. Our James Jones, the first to report that. Jones, a former teammate of Aaron Rodgers, has maintained his friendship, and obviously that helps James in terms of being able to report this today. This contract extension that has loomed large over all of the contract watches. Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, everyone goes into their negotiations with an idea of what Aaron Rodgers would be able to get from the Green Bay Packers. We're going to go to the phones now and bring in our Tom Pelissero. Actually, we've got Tom on camera. Everybody able to get on hand for this, the big news, Tom, the big contract that we've all been watching for so long. Your reaction to the numbers that James has given us on Aaron Rodgers?
Well, let's start here. The Packers were very confident that Aaron Rodgers was going to ultimately be a part of their team going forward. I was there during training camp about 3 weeks ago, and the vibe had really turned toward an inevitability. They expected this deal was eventually going to get done. Now, the Packers and Rodgers representatives have been discussing a unique deal that involves certain options. We do not have the entirety of the structure of this contract right now, but certainly there has to be excitement inside the Packers building. I sat down with Packers coach Mike McCarthy not that long ago, and he told me how they really had dug into their offense through this offseason. They wanted to get back to some of the base concepts, the thing that Rodgers does well, and really gear the offense toward protecting those concepts. They absolutely intended to continue to build around the two-time NFL MVP, and they're excited that right now, with him back healthy, that they are certainly going to be competitive this season.
And Tom, one thing that jumped out to me during last week's discussion, Aaron Rodgers talking about the potential of this contract, he emphasized partnership, right? That he wanted the team and his representatives to facilitate a partnership that would make everybody successful. You have to assume the numbers here leave the Packers some flexibility